What's up, y'all? Michael Elefante here, and today I want to talk with you about why I believe savers are losers. And yes, you heard me correctly. I do believe savers are losers, especially long term. Before we dive into it and my reasoning behind why I say that, please hit the like button below. Please subscribe, guys. I do appreciate those who have subscribed to date. All right, so let's dive right in. What I'm not saying is don't save your money and go blow it on whatever you want. That is far from what I'm saying. What I am saying, though, is you have to transition from the mindset of a consumer and what we are trained our whole lives to do, which is save up to buy shit, and start saving to invest and have our money work hard for us. Again, as an investor, the mindset, I did a previous video on how consumers view debt versus investors view debt. Same thing goes for savings. Consumers were trained to save to buy things. Buy a new car, buy a new house, buy a new iPhone. All that junk that we have that we think we need, which really plays no part in long-term success in our lives, and it's just gonna rinse and repeat. It's a never-ending cycle of buying new stuff, right? Versus investors, again, same thing with debt. We are using money or leveraging our money or other people's money to buy assets. Don't buy liabilities. Don't buy something that comes with a car payment, which you're actually gonna pay interest on a car or interest on a personal loan. Again, buy assets that will pay you money monthly and grow over time. Invest in things such as the stock market, invest in companies that you believe in. Stop buying iPhones, invest in Apple. They're at all-time highs right now. Apple went from being the first $1 trillion company, and now they're about to be the first probably $2 trillion company. They've grown significantly, even with the coronavirus and kind of with a recession lingering. They are exploding. Start investing in companies that you believe in and stop buying their stuff so much. Let other consumers buy their stuff and let you reap the rewards of growing with that company. Buy real estate. Invest in real estate. We did a video recently. If you don't have any money, do rental arbitrage. Figure out ways to get your foot in the door to where you can start reaping the benefits and having other people, and certainly have your money, work hard for you. Invest your money in something that's going to pay you cash flow each month and build, equity longer term in those assets. All right, so be an investor. Save money to invest. Stop saving money to spend. Now, what I'm not saying is saving is bad, okay? Saving long term is not good. All right, so what you need to do immediately is, if you don't have a personal budget, create one, and you need to save so you have 3 to maybe 6 months. I typically stray on the lower side, 3 months of liquid assets, and that could be cold hard cash, could be money in the bank, to where if you lose your job or if shit hits the fan, and you need to spend money on medical emergencies, or maybe your car gets totaled and insurance not covering, the full cost of a new car, things like that. Save for emergencies, save for, monthly living expenses. Again, roof over our heads, so house or rent, food on the table each month, so groceries, dining out. What do we need to save up for a rainy day fund? Beyond that, stop leaving your money in the bank. The bank doesn't even hold on to your money. Every $10 you invest, they lend out $9 so they can make money off your money. They're doing what you should be doing as an investor. So if that's when you hear, during the Great Recession, during the Great Depression, long time ago in the 1920s, 30s, when all that went down, there was a huge run on the banks and people tried to withdraw their money, but the banks don't have all that money. So all the banks went broke, and it's the trickle effect. That's how major recessions and depressions start to happen. Additionally, you're seeing it right now. This is the craziest time any of us have ever really seen with the COVID-19 or the coronavirus happening. A bunch of people filing for unemployment. So government is just spending. And that, yes, some of that is taxpayer dollars, but I think the Federal Reserve printed over $2 trillion worth of new dollar bills. And you might be thinking, oh, that's great. I'm going to get a stimulus check. And what is the stimulus check going to cover? Maybe 1 or 2 months of living expenses, and then you're back to needing more money again. If they keep printing money, it sounds great because, more people will have money. Wrong, because the more money that's fluctuating throughout the economy, that's called inflation. So when inflation happens is there's more dollars fluctuating. So commodities such as milk, eggs, any other groceries, car prices, houses, rent, everything goes up because there's more dollars fluctuating through the economy. Again, if you hear people complaining, I hear it every day on Facebook and it drives me wild. They whine and complain about rent going up and the cost of living going up, but like when the Federal Reserve is literally printing money every day and pumping it into the economy, what do you think is going to happen? More dollars are fluctuating. That's why the price of a hot dog at a baseball game like 50 to 100 years ago was, a nickel. Now it's $9 or $15 at Yankee Stadium. All these prices are going to continue to go up. It's not going to stop. The only way to avoid doing that is stop saving, because if your money is stagnant in a box under your bed or at the bank, you're losing money. $1 today is worth more to you than it is tomorrow and any day in the future. And the bank is not just going to hold on to that money. They're going to lend it out to help make themselves money and that's why bankers get rich and us as consumers stay poor. Now back to why rent and cost of living goes up, right? It gets more expensive. Again, commodities, the cost, the materials to actually build the house, wood, brick, paint, all that good stuff, those prices are going up. So for home builders, the cost of land's also going up, the cost of materials is going up. They have to charge more for the home. The investor who buys the home or apartment complex buys it for more than what they would have 5-10 years ago. In order to make a profit or even stay even, they have to charge more rent. Right? So that's what most people do not understand. They can't get through their head. They just whine and complain about why rent is getting more expensive. Stop spending your money on crap you don't need and maybe buy a house or go in with a group of friends to buy a house or maybe a multifamily unit. So again, you can collect the rent and have your money work hard for you. Ride the wave, because that's how appreciation typically happens. Yes, in growing areas like cities, I always reference Nashville because it's growing so much, people are moving here, businesses are moving here. That's going to drive the demand up and the supply down. So that is going to push prices up. But in addition to that, a house is still an asset, right? Real estate is an asset. So longer term, it's going to ride the inflation wave too. So you're going to get equity pay down from your renters. You're going to get cash flow each month, and you're going to ride the wave of appreciation and inflation long term. Again, that money is better suited in an investment or an asset that's going to pay you versus a liability. Stop spending your money on things that don't matter. Think about it. You watching, you look down at your phone, you look at your phone 1,000 times a day. You probably have one of the most recent iPhones, right? And I don't blame you. Pretty much every consumer in America, or for the world for that matter, Apple and other companies alike are so smart. They make minor tweaks each year and say, this is the greatest iPhone we've ever made. We can take pictures just a little bit better and a little bit slower motion, and people go crazy for it. And they change up how the camera looks on the back. Other than that, the phone's pretty much the exact same year over year. Yes, there's major improvements over maybe a 5-year term, but year over year, there's really not that big of a difference in those phones. So why do you keep buying new iPhones and all of a sudden, I don't know what the price for the original iPhone came out with, a few $100 maybe? And now they're the top model selling for $1,300, maybe more for a greater storage capacity. And yet people whine and complain about how investors and these big corporations are getting rich. And stop buying the brand new iPhones and you can invest. A share of Apple right now is like $350 and continuing to go up. If you didn't buy an iPhone, you could buy 3 shares of Apple, ride that way. They also pay dividends quarterly. So buy something that's going to make you money long term. If you spent as much money investing in the stock, in the products that you like, investing in those businesses, you wear Nike, invest in Nike stock. You use Apple products, you got the AirPods, you got the iPad, the iPhone, all that crap that you probably don't need the newest version of every year. Take the difference that you spend, buy the older version, and invest that in Apple. Again, put your money into assets. You probably spend hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars a year shopping on Amazon. Amazon's great. They provide so many amazing services at such a ridiculously cheap price. No wonder everybody has an Amazon Prime account and just they're on that account every day, buying stuff. It shows up that day or the next day. Amazon is exploding. They're also like $1.5 trillion worth today. They've skyrocketed over, I think, 50 or 60% in the past 4 months alone. Stop buying stuff on Amazon and invest in Amazon. Again, I could rant all day, but start buying assets. Buy things that are going to make you money over time and stop buying liabilities and crap that you don't need. And certainly stop saving excess money thinking saving or even investing in a 401k mindlessly is going to let you retire rich someday. If your goal is to work until you're 65 years old or 70 years old with the hopes of retiring then, living lavishly, it's not going to happen solely through a 401k, or certainly not from just putting money in the box under the bed or just in a bank in a savings account, because earning 0.01% and whatever they pay, 0.5% of interest, over the course of a year for having money in a savings or checking account with Capital One or Wells Fargo. Stop doing that. Start investing your money beyond what your rainy day fund is, 3+ months of living expenses. Start investing it in things that you understand, whether that's real estate, whether that's the stock market. And again, invest in companies you like and trust instead of buying their products. It will pay off long term. Sorry to rant, guys, but again, savers are losers, and that's why. And I would love to hear what you have to say below in the comments. Please drop some comments in on where you guys are interested in investing in. I have a group of friends that I've been talking with over the past several weeks. I'm learning a lot from them about where they're investing their money in the stock market, how to make money additional ways in real estate. So I'd love to hear from you guys and love to talk with you more about it. But that's all for today. Again, subscribe below, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and we'll see y'all next time. Thanks.